nĩ mamwe ma marĩa tũkũharĩrĩirie Inoro mĩaraho. Aciari kũũrio mateithĩrĩrie arutwo gũcagũra thukuru cia junior secondary na ũũgĩ. Milka Wanjiru na Karo Mũrĩithi no atumia arĩa marathurirwo mbunge-inĩ cia Nyandarua na Kirinyaga. Cemania na MCA wa wodi ya Kinagom ũrĩa ũrahotire mũng'ethanĩri wake na kura ĩmwe tu. Gũcenjio kwa mũthenya wa ithurano cia iturwa itiganĩte gũtuthũra marakara. Ngatho cia mwanya nĩ kũnyitanĩra hamwe na ithuĩ. Maya nĩ mohoro maitũ ma Inoro mĩaraho. Kagucokeria ngatho nĩ gũcagũra ceceni ya Inoro TV. Niĩ njĩtagwo Njambi Wanjaũ. Tũkĩambĩrĩria mohoro maitũ nĩ atĩ minista wa gĩthomo Professor George Magoha orĩtie aciari mateithĩrĩrie arutwo arĩa makambĩrĩria gĩthomo kĩa junior secondary mwaka ũkĩte macagũre thukuru ciao na ũũgĩ. Agĩthũrima irathi njerũ cia mũtaratara ũyũ kaunti-inĩ ya Kiambu, Magoha augĩte atĩ gũtirĩ mũrutwo ũgũthing'ĩrĩrio kũrĩa agĩrĩire gũcagũra na arutwo mena wĩyathi wa gũcagũra thukuru cia gũkoma kana gũthoma makĩinũkaga.
We have commissioned 2 classrooms here. One was commissioned earlier, another one this morning. The good news we have is that this sub-county is now at 100%, and Kiambu as a county is at about 94%. I'm being assured that before the end of next week, Kiambu will hit 100%. There are many other counties like Marsabit and Mandera, which have already hit 100%, including Nyeri. So we are well on course to completing what we are doing, and we are extremely hopeful that by the end of next week or latest the other Monday, we shall have delivered the 3,500 classrooms. Globally, we are at about we are approaching 80%. I want to thank our parents for allowing the children to get back to school. I'm in school here. You can't see children loitering about. They are back, and we underestimate our children. Our children are extremely resilient. That is how they went through the COVID-19, did their exams, and passed. Let us not be praying for negative vibes on our children. They are back. Quite a number of them had even completed their syllabuses. They are in the revision mode. They have enough time to revise. And like we pronounced ourselves yesterday, their safety is of importance. We produced them, so the adults are not going to do anything stupid that will affect the children. God will not allow it. So because we are in a very difficult transition period, let us just hope that everything is going to go on well and that there will be no other interference with the calendar for our children. Should there be need, there will be wide consultation. But from where I stand, I think we should be encouraging our children, not talking negatively about them. In terms of our preparedness for the things that are supposed to be coming, I think the portals are open. We are encouraging both the parents. There is no parent who is illiterate. My mother didn't go to school, but she taught me more than any other person. So the parents, together with the teachers, will advise the grade 6 learners as to where they can apply to go. And everything else will follow. There is now a sizable number of private schools who have also been registered, and who, if they opt to use our portal, the government will be very happy to place their children. But of course, that does not stop the other parents who want to take their children directly to the private schools. As you are all aware, the big elephant in the room is the CBC transition. We shall be having 2 intakes in January, and whereas the older intake is it's a fait accompli because we know what to do. This new one requires a lot of focus, and hence I want to thank the private schools who up to this point I think have produced about 5,000 classrooms which are also available for the junior secondary school. Everything else being constant, I am assuming that the incoming administration will also embark on further additional 10,000 classrooms that may be required as we move forward. In terms of the using of our primary school resources, we have already identified 2,300 classrooms, schools which are within the same precinct as high schools. And because time is of essence, we shall also use those classrooms. There will be about between 3,000 to 5,000 classrooms available in those schools, which means we don't have to worry about teachers because they are in the same compound. I don't want to think for the incoming government, but we have left for them an avenue of low-lying fruits. For example, we have not taken schools which have the same fence with the primary schools. That is an area which they may decide to move into should there be need for extra space. So I think this is something that is deliverable, and I want to thank everybody who has contributed, more specifically the Ministry of Interior and coordination of non-national government with whose officers I've worked with at every stage. I want to thank the chiefs, the deputy county commissioners, the assistant county commissioners, and the county commissioners themselves, right up to the top, that we have worked together. Our target, and that's why I'm out here, because we are supposed to be doing less kidogo, but we have a target to meet, and it shall be met. And that target is another 1,000 classrooms or so scattered across the country. Like I've said, the Nyanza region, the northeastern region, the central region are doing extremely well. We have issues with Western and Nairobi and the coast. So we shall be ensuring that we encourage each other, because this is time to encourage each other, that we are able to actually complete, because money for these classrooms are there. And the most important denominator that the public has to remember is that we are building these classrooms at almost half the usual price, almost half the usual Kenyan price. You know where the rest of the money goes. So if we are producing classrooms like the one you have just seen at 788,200 shillings, why should anybody build a classroom for 1.4, 1.5 million? And that is the message that I want to leave when I am leaving. I would want people to remember that together with our teams and the teachers and everybody, we are able to deliver 10,000 classrooms in about 8 months at 788,000 shillings. And then ask yourselves how much money has been saved. Nobody is a hero, nobody is a winner, everybody is a winner. There's no loser in the process. But I think it will be then a footprint for people who are coming to ensure that they tell the public why they should use any extra coin to produce a classroom for our children.
Mihango ya mathomo ni cokereirie thutha wa arutwo kuhumuka ciumia igiri niguo kuheana mweke wa gutabanio kwa ithurano nene iria nyingi iratabanagirio cukuru-ini. Arutani magitugeria ikinya ria kuhundura arutwo cukuru maugite gwikinyiria Jumatatu ya kiumia giukite urutani ugukorwo ucokereirie. Oho makiuga hindi ya githurano kuri indo itiganite cia thukuru irathukangirio. Haron Njoroge wa Maina ni aratariria.
Thutha wa mihango ya githurano kinene kurika na maumirira kwanirirwo, riu arutwo ni manjiriirie kuhunduka cukuru thutha wa gukorwo mari rutha rwa ciumia igiri githurano gigitabanio, kuona cukuru nyingi nicio ceceni cia ithurano. Thutha wa ministry ya githomo gwathana arutwo macoke cukuru umuthi aramithi, ceceni nyingi cia ukui wa muingi cihurite arutwo magithie cukuru kurikia ciumia nini iria itigarite mbere ya rutha ruru rwa keri ruthire. Cukuru-ini imwe cia muthingi na cia secondary kuri arutwo mathomaga makiinukaga, arutwo na arutani ni macokereirie ona gutuika ati arutwo othe macokereirie muthenya uyu wa mbere.
I'm here to confirm to you that learning has resumed in Sia Central Primary School. Learners came in their numbers, however a few have not reported, but quite a good number. About 3/4 of the learners are in school. Possibly maybe because this is a town school and communication through their available medias reached many of our parents, and therefore quite several of our students reported to school.
Cukuru nyingĩ iraturanĩire rũtha rũnini rũrĩa arutwo mathiaga hamwe na rũtha rwa hĩndĩ ĩno ya ithurano.
Our learners are happy. I've got the opportunity to walk around from grade 1, grade 2, grade 3 up to grade 6 and asking them how their half term was. Quite several of them were impressed. However, a few expressed their reservations that they didn't get enough time to watch their cartoons, as a lot of the things that were being communicated over the media was only elections, but they were upbeat that all went on well.
Na kuona ithurano kũndũ kũingĩ iratabanagĩrio cukuru-inĩ, wĩra wa mbere wa arutwo na arutani uma gwethana na itĩ ciao kuona nĩ irathamathamĩtio hĩndĩ ya ithurano.
I can report vividly that there was no much destruction to our property, and I can easily say everything was just in order apart from the desks that were removed by the people that were voting. Of course, we have returned them, but they were never damaged. Ministry
ya Gĩthomo yugĩte kaunti-inĩ na icigo-inĩ cia ũmbunge kũrĩa gĩthurano gĩtanatabanio rĩrĩa gĩkabangwo nĩ commission ya IEBC, arutwo matikahinga cukuru, ĩndĩ magakorwo o cukuru ithurano icio igĩtabanio. Handũ-inĩ ha Inooro TV, njĩtagwo Harun Njoroge wa Maina.
Ngwatanĩro ya kũhũranĩra ihoto cia atumia ya maendeleo ya wanawake nĩ tũgĩrĩtie a Kenya nĩ ũndũ wa gũtabania ithurano ciĩna thayũ. Ngwatanĩro ĩno ĩkũngũĩire aikia a kura nĩ ũndũ wa kwĩhokera atumia iturwa nyingĩ cia wathani makĩria kũrĩa marang'ethanĩra na arũme. Ndari cia IEBC ironania atĩ atumia 7 nĩo marathurirwo ta magavana, nao 29 marathurwo kũrũgamĩrĩra icigo cia ũmbunge, na gĩthurano-inĩ gĩkĩ nĩkĩo atumia maramũkĩrire iturwa iria nyingĩ makiria.
It is indeed a pleasure to give you our statement after the just concluded elections, which we thank God they were peaceful. As the leader of this institution, with a national grassroots network and 70 years of age, we engaged in Kenyan political processes since inception, for purposes of ensuring that women issues are taken care of by political leaders. Maendeleo led the first President Mama Phoebe Asio to go and visit the founding father, campaigning for 50-50 slots in government. And since that time, we were able to send the first woman to Lancaster, Priscilla Abwao, and from then, you know how we've done politically. We stand on 3 pillars: political, social, and economical pillar. We, therefore, as mothers and custodians of our families, we send a lot of messages from last year. But we are glad that the campaigns we did in 2017, we were able to get quite many MCAs, 3 governors. But after these elections, we've done pretty well. We have been able to get 7 governors from 3, single constituencies 26 from 23, again the 47 women representatives. We are not forgetting the MCAs. It is indeed a significant step towards the Kenyan women participation in the 2 houses. We also want to thank, as we have always done, His Excellency the President for holding the country together during the elections, and we say thank you, sir, as always. We also want to thank the security agencies. They too did a commendable job, not forgetting what we've seen the clergy do, and even the other people who are involved in the elections. Maiwo has come around. During the 70 years, there are times we have to make bold decisions, And this particular time we want to say we have always supported the government and we will continue to do so. When the country settles down, we will engage the women who have been elected so that we forge a way forward for the many members we represent in this country. It is not enough to go to Parliament, to go to Senate and just be like a club. It is enough to all of us Kenyan women to sit down and say, what is this one thing we want to do? We are number 3 in the world for girls giving birth at 10 years and therefore becoming grandmothers at 20 years. And so we want to sit down and look at the poverty which is with our girls who are very many now in the numbers. What are we going to do to the fistula affecting our girls? So today, I may probably not be going the way you want me to go, but we want to say that this far we have come. Schools are opening today. The children who are in the arid areas, we are asking the government to consider. Some of them have nothing to eat, to be given something as they go to school. First of all, I want to apologize if I didn't thank Kenyans because we are peaceful, because all of us Kenyans decided to do the right thing. That was to vote and wait for results. As to the other question, you are very clear, according to you, that my choice did not succeed. I have said when the country settles down, we shall come back here and talk. I represent very many women. I have listened to them thinking that we've been a bit quiet, and I have come here to say the few things I have said. So when the country settles down, we shall talk.
How effective are your efforts to ensure women get position, both in elective positions and other? And by the way, do you attribute the success of the women in gubernatorial position of this election to your efforts or merely the efforts of individual as women and the choices of Kenyans?
I think all we did as a women organization was to do the call. The decisions of who votes who is very personal. This is a democratic country. And therefore, we don't want to sit here and claim that, oh, this women is because of Maendeleo. We just want to say Maendeleo put a voice. And if our voice helped us to get to where we are, then we thank God because we have the numbers to do what we really think we need to do for this country. And that is developing this country, Kenya.
Bunge-inĩ ya kaunti ya Kirinyaga no ma MCA eritu maracokire thutha wa githurano. Umwe wao ari MCA wa ward ya Mutira David Kinyua Wangui na nowe riu uthuritwo maita matatu kiromaniririo. Kinyua athurirwo mwaka-inĩ wa 2013 na kiama gĩa TNA. Githurano-inĩ kia mwaka wa 2017 agithurwo ari mundu kiumbe na riu arathurirwo na kiama kia UDA. Ari ngumo ya gutemania ndereti ya kuhagura governor wa Anne Waiguru mwaka-inĩ wa 2020.
Mstari ya kwanza ya kutetea raia na kuhakikisha wamehudumiwa kwa ile mahitaji wanahitaji kwenye county government. County ya Kirinyaga inakuanga na MCAs 20. Awamu ya pili ile ya kurudi tulirudi MCAs 6 out of 20 na saa hii tumerudi MCAs wawili out of 20 na niseme wenye wawili tumerudi ni wale walikuwa wamechaguliwa awamu ya kwanza. Niseme hiyo impeachment nyingi ndio nilisukuma kutoka kwa mbunge ya county nikaipeleka mpaka Senate na nikasimama na hiyo impeachment kwa sababu kulikuwa na ukweli ndani yake na niseme juu ni powers zimepewa kwa MCAs. Kama pande ya executive wamekataa kusikiza, kukaa chini msikizane na kuna ile maovu imetendeka zile zimepewana katika County Government Act na Constitution. Ya kwanza utumizi vibaya wa ofisi, ile kutumia pesa vibaya ya raia. Ukiona hiyo mambo yote iko na katiba imekupea ile jukumu na imekupea ile power. Kama MCA una lingine ila tu kufanya kama vile katiba imekwambia ufanye, na ndio maana nikachukua hiyo jukumu, nikachukua hiyo motion nikiwa nimesimamiwa na nikiwa nimefuatwa na MCAs 23 ndio tukafikisha hapo ili ujumbe ijulikane kulikuwa na shinda Kirinyaga. Sema sitakufa moyo kwa sababu hiyo nguvu nimepewa na sababu watu wangu wa Kirinyaga wa Mutira wamenichagua tena na wakaniambia nirudi kwa hiyo mbunge. Kama kutakuwa na jambo kama hilo wakati mwingine sita, lakini ombi langu ni kwamba tutakuwa serikali ya county yenye uwiano, yenye kusikizana na yenye kuongozwa na ile mwongozo ya kutaka kuhudumia raia.
Gũkũ Nairobi magana ma arutwo na aciari makwamĩte thitĩnji-inĩ itiganĩte cia ngari magĩte njĩra cia gũkinyia arutwo thukuru. Kwĩna ũnyihu wa ngari cia ũkui wa mũingĩ na kũrĩa cironekana cirarĩhia makĩria ma maita merĩ na matigiti ũrĩa athii mamenyerete ũndũ ũrĩa ũraritũhĩra aciari aingĩ. Makinya thukuru metereirwo nĩ mũrigo ũngĩ wa bithi tondũ aingĩ merĩtwo marega kũrĩkia marĩhi ma tamu ĩno megũcokithio mũciĩ na ciana ciao, o rĩrĩa andũ aingĩ makoretwo mahatĩrĩirio ni murigo wa muturire.
Kuna msukumano mwingi wa magari, hakuna magari, wameongeza fare. By saa 2:30 gari ilikuwa ni 1000, nimekaa mpaka saa hizi gari ni 800 na pia hizo magari hakuna.
Njia ambayo tumepata hapa kwa stage ni kwamba fare imekuwa hiked in a big way vile ambavyo hatukuwa tunatarajia kama wazazi, na bado tension ya kisiasa bado haijaisha kabisa, so bado tuko na ile hofu, na mtoto anaenda kusomea upande wa Nyeri Karatina, na kwa hivyo tunaomba tu security iwe imewekwa vizuri na tupatiwe ile hope ya kwamba hata baada ya watoto kwenda shule sisi kama wazazi hatutakuwa na ile tension, so watuhakikishie kwamba security ya watoto wetu wako sawa, na pia mambo yote yakiwa sawa wanatuambia mapema, sio kutukimbilia tu mara moja, kwa sababu sasa vile tumekimbiliwa kama wazazi, saa zingine hatuna zile pesa za kutosha mara moja, na ukifika hapa unakuta mambo imebadilika.
Githigithia gĩa gĩthurano kĩnene kĩrathigithiria atumia aingĩ arĩa mareyumĩrĩtie kũhũranĩra iturwa itiganĩte, ona gũtuĩka kũrĩ marateteire na marathurwo. Kaunti-inĩ ya Nyandarua no mũtumia ũmwe tu ũrathurirwo ta MCA harĩ wodi 25 cia kaunti ĩno. Milka Wanjiru ũrathurirwo ta mũrũgamĩrĩri wa wodi ya Kereita atarĩirie mwandĩki witũ wa mohoro Peter Mwangi atĩ ĩno ndĩrarĩ thabarĩ hũthũ ona hanini.
Milka Wanjiru arang'ethanagĩra na andũ angĩ 5 kĩhĩtahĩtano-inĩ gĩa kũrũĩra gĩturwa kĩa wodi ya Kereita kĩrĩa gĩ thĩinĩ wa gĩcigo kĩa ũmbunge kĩa Ndaragwa, na arahota kwĩmathĩra kura 3,376 na kũiyũkia ũhotani. No ta ũrĩa aratarĩria, rũrũ rũtirarĩ rũgendo rũhũthũ.
Thabarĩ yakwa ndĩkoretwo ĩ hũthũ tondũ ti hĩndĩ yanjia. Thabarĩ yakwa yanjĩtie kahinda o kanene mũno hĩndĩ ya ndarealizire ndĩna kĩheo gĩa ũtongoria thĩinĩ wakwa back in 2007, na hĩndĩ ĩyo nĩrĩo ndajoinire politics and kĩama gĩtagwo na Kenya, ngĩcoka ngĩgĩthiĩ kĩama-inĩ gĩa PNU, no thiĩte kĩama-inĩ kĩa APK na ngacoka ngathiĩ kĩama-inĩ kĩa TNA, finally ndarĩ Jubilee na ngakenerera Ngai witũ tondũ kĩama kĩrĩa kĩratũmire ngĩe na ũhotani rĩu nĩ kĩama kĩa UDA.
Wanjiru arakoragwo arĩ CC wa maĩ na marĩa matũrigicĩirie thirikari-inĩ ya ũrĩa ũrarĩ Gavana Francis Kimemia, na atanaingĩra thirikari-inĩ arĩ mũjumbe wa kwamũrwo mbunge-inĩ ya kaunti ya Nyandarua kwa ihinda rĩa mĩaka 2.
Surprisingly enough, thutha wa mĩaka 2 gũkĩgĩa na vacancy thĩinĩ wa county government ya Nyandarua wa rũhonge-inĩ rwa executive, na wathuthurio wega na kwarorwo na maitho mangĩ nĩ kuonekire atĩ opportunity ya waziri wa maĩ ĩheo gender na ĩheo mũtumia, na hau niho potential yakwa yonekire, na ngĩrutwo bunge after gũserve mĩaka 2, ngĩkwo vetting, ngĩthiĩ through the process, o bunge arĩa ndarĩ abunge acio makĩvet, na ngĩtuĩka nĩ niĩ ndatuĩka wa kwamũrwo ndĩ ta waziri wa maĩ marĩa matũrigicĩirie, ũgendi na ũtonga wa kĩndũire thĩinĩ wa county government ya Nyandarua. Na performance yakwa ona ndĩ waziri no yandeithirie mũno tondũ nĩ ndahotire gũkorwo ngĩthiĩ Nyandarua yothe, na potential yakwa na leadership quality ciakwa cikĩonekana.
MC ũyũ ti hĩndĩ anjĩrĩria kwĩingĩrania na ũteti, amu mĩaka-inĩ ya nahau kabere akoretwo agĩkuruhania na ciama itiganĩte cia ũteti kũrĩa akoretwo akĩnyitĩrĩra iturwa mwanya mwanya, na gũkũ nĩkuo ahotire kwĩmathĩra ũũgĩ wa ũteti. Augĩte atĩ ona gũtuĩka kũrĩ na mĩeke ĩrĩa ĩthukagĩrwo atumia ũtongoria-inĩ, harĩ bata oro nao makeyumĩria na gwĩtetera nĩguo ũtongoria wao ũkahota kuonekana.
Njuge I'm a true example. Niĩ ndĩkĩonereria kĩega kĩa affirmative action. Tondũ affirmative action hĩndĩ ĩrĩa yokire yari ati mutumia anominate rita rimwe akagia na opportunity ya gukura nigetha agie na strength na experience enough akahota guthikoroga magiti nigetha ahe mutumia onge opportunity ya gutuika nominated.
Gukiri uguo arathingatwo na atumia aria mekwamũrwo nĩ ciama kũingĩra mbunge-inĩ cia kaunti kũhũrana na iturwa cia kamĩtĩ itiganĩte cia mbunge amu oro nao mena kĩhoto.
Kwati ithuothe athuri na atumia nĩ twĩkĩte atĩa nĩ tũigananĩte na tũigananĩte nĩ kuga atĩrĩrĩ niĩ ndĩ mũtumia mũcagũre nĩ njiganaine na mũthuri ũcio mũcagũre thĩinĩ wa wodi yake koguo they entitled to enjoy all the rights ya mũndũ ũcio mũthuri ũthurĩtwo koguo we are all equal in the eyes of the law.
Wanjiru augĩte nĩ eharĩrĩirie gũtongoria mĩhang'o ya kũnyitithania atongoria a wodi na kaunti ĩno itemi-inĩ rĩa gwĩthemana na ngucanio cia ũtongoria ta iria ikoretwo ikĩgũmĩra mbunge ĩrĩa ĩrarĩ ho. Ngĩribotera Inooro TV kuma kaunti-inĩ ya Nyandarua njĩtagwo Peter Mwangi.
Na twambe twikirie oro hanini ndugathii kuraihu ni tugucokereria.
The way to earn cash every time you buy airtime. Simply dial *487*2#. Buy airtime, pay for electricity or water bills for you or someone else, and get paid papo hapo. Usinunue airtime na tokens bure bure tu. Earn instantly with *487*2#. Dial *487*2# now.
Muriega adoitu. Ni George Waciuri woka ha kumucokeria ngatho muno andu aria magurite mugunda uyu witu wi Nanyuki uria twitaga the Great Oasis Nanyuki. Mugunda uyu muraugurire nayo na turacokeria mwathani ngatho tondu riu title ni ciumite we wigurire Nanyuki ni ugukena. Bareno urona haha niyo irekirwo ramine thirikari ni wetagwo Nanyuki Rumuruti Road. Ni tuthondekete mabara maya mothe tugekira maramu.
Number 416.
Koroni urafatara CCTV footage iyo wende ha na gutigirira no wamiona kwako uguo thie njera niwe wicagurire
haiya karike Sharin areka guku Sharin
wimenyerera muno tondu ino thi igukuriire maitho uguo ndukandionore nie ne nie nyukwa na ni njui kiria kieganaru
Na nitwacokererio wega tugithie na mbere ni ati aikari a wodi ya Karumandi gicigo-ini kia ubunge kia Gicugu kaunti-ini ya Kirinyaga maugite mari na mwihoko munene na MCA uria mathurite na thutha wa ngumo yegie wadi no gutamba kurana kuo marathurire MCA mutumia kaunti-ini ya Kirinyaga. Wambui wa Macharia na ripoti makiria.
Caroline Mureithi niwe MCA muthure wodi-ini ya Karumandi gicigo-ini kia ubunge gia Gicugu kaunti-ini ya Kirinyaga. Hari wodi ciothe iria iri kaunti-ini ino, Caroline nowe mutumia uria urahotire gutonya ngoro-ini cia aikia kura na arahotana.
Na neturaga mathina na twitikaga ungithi gwake mukaire ithe muthure na te muthure no egukubingiria ndenda kumenya gukabira ri gukana umite riku koguo pura tuturite nake atutethete gukungira undi tumisemani no kaga twarambe twamirwaru ndui.
Caroline ni umwe wa atumia aria mathukirio bunge-ini ya Kirinyaga thutha wa gukorwo gutari na mutumia wathuritwo ithurano-ini cia mwaka wa 2017. Undu uria arauga ni umuhete mbica njega ya uria abatie gutungatira muingi.
Ngatire Karumandi miaka 5 ta mumemba wa kuthukua na vendio ndirari kuu no ndira ngathaga experience na koguo ngamenya uria wira urutagwa uria wagirwe kurutwa kuma kiambiriria o kinya muthia na nikyo nindirigagwa ndina nyota ya gutungatira andu akwa Karumande nito nindironaga pio ti atungatire uria kwagirire.
Giturwa giki arakionire na tigiti wa kiama kia UDA no ni thabari arauga irari na mihinga minene makiria ihinda-ini ria kambeini.
Niuta mwana siasa wa tene ndingira thumburirwe ni tumathina tu tondu ngothi yakwa ni nyumu no ngothi yakwa ni nyumu no ndirera andu akwa Karumande ati ningu matungatira na ndi maconora na ndi magwithia na meterere mone matunda ni tondu ti ciugo cieko ciaragia makiria ya ciugo.
Itanya riake ni ati ni agukorwo agikinyaniria maundu maria mothe arereirie ikaria Karumande akiranira kunyitanira na gavana wa kaunti iyo niguo ahote gutungata na njira nginyaniru.
Turatarajia gavana witu ni megushirikiana na mutumia mwenzake katika Karumande ward watujenge matuthondekere ward gitu ya Karumande.
Na bende ya siasa andu ni marumanaga makarua no siasa ya bituka andu kamariganagirwa ni kuria marumire na nenjwe ona gavana witu ni endete andu a Karumande muno na nenjwe ni akumatungatira twanyitanira nake ni tukuruta wira.
Asipofanya kazi wembe ni yule tu, hakuna kitu kingine, lakini akifanya kazi atafanya kazi mpaka miaka yote. Unajua kiti ya MC haina remit, tutasonga na yeye mpaka mwisho yake akifanya kazi mzuri.
Maitho-ini maikaria Karumande Caroline Riratirine makiuga utongoria wake miaka-ini 5 eguka niguo gutua kana ni makamuhe mweke ungi kana ca. Ngiribotera Inooro TV ritwa riakwa ni Wambui wa Macharia.
Thutha wa kugeria kuhuranira giturwa kia MCA wa wodi ya Kinango maita mere Richard Itambo riu ni yukitio hotani igerania riake ria gatatu indi arahotire mung'ethaniri wake wa hakuhi na kura imwe tu. Mwandiki witu wa mohoro kaunti-ini ya Kwale Lawrence Ng'ang'a wa Mwangi na ripoti ino makiria.
Richard Itambo niwe MCA muthure wa wodi ya Kinango. Itambo ararikite githurano-ini kinene kia mwaka uyu kuhitukira kiama kia UDA. Niageretie kuruira giti kiu mwaka wa 2013 no akihotwo na kura 300 na agicoka kuo ringi mwaka wa 2017 na oho ningi akihotwo na kura 57. Kwaga gute mwihoko na kwihe hinya makiria rita riri kuratuma ahote mung'ethaniri wake munene uria ni MCA uria urariho Alfred Bavu na kura imwe tu. Itambo arari na kura 1547 huku mung'ethaniri wake akigia na kura 1546.
Lakini tushukuru Mungu kwa sababu juzi tumeweza kushinda huu uchaguzi kwa kura moja peke yake. Ni a magic vote, na hiyo inatuonyesha kwamba hakuna kura ambayo si muhimu. Kura kila mtu ni muhimu sana.
Itambo etugumanirie kumwatha kura icagi ciothe ward-ini ino na gutigirira ni ahungura matura ma session ciothe cia guikiria kura. Oho arata ake amwe aria meyandikithitie guikiria kura ward-ini ino no magikorwo menja wa county nyamathaithire gucoka mucie kumuikiria kura. Arauga kio kiu nikio kia muheire hinya na kirigiriro giati ni agatwika muhotani.
Kwa sababu niko na watu zaidi ya 10 ambao wamesafiri kutoka Meru, kutoka Nairobi, marafiki zangu tu walikuja tu kwa sababu tu ya kunipigia kura. Pia kuna kina mama wazee wa kongwe ambao wengine walitolewa hospitali wakaenda kunipigia kura. Sasa onyesha kura moja ni kura muhimu na ni kura ambayo inaweza kuleta mabadiliko.
Mutumia wake arari mutiririri wake ihinda riothe ria kambeini na ndamumire ikinya nginya thafari ya mwisho.
Tuliingia vijijini, hatukufanya tu siasa ya kijiji kimoja. Tulitembea vijijini kila mahali, tulihakikisha tumefikia. Ndio maana nilikuwa na ushujaa. Halafu pia Mungu, hatukumsahau Mungu. Nilikuwa na kundi la maombi intercessors ambao tulikuwa tunakutana kila Friday baada ya kutoka kazi saa 11. So walikuwa wana fast, halafu tunakuja tunaomba. Na nashukuru tuliomba na Mungu alisikia maombi yetu.
Najisikia shujaa kwa sababu ukishinda hata na kura 500 utajua hii race ama kinyang'anyiro kilikuwa kwa rahisi. Lakini ukishinda na kura moja unajipatia ushindi wa uhakika ya kwamba sasa mimi ni shujaa, maana yake haikuwa rahisi. Niko na furaha sana sana sana.
Riu Itambo arabanga gutigirira ciiraniro ciake kuri aikia akura ni ciahinga kuona no agabatara gucoka hari o kuhoya itena ria keri.
Kama vile tulivyoona 2013 amejaribu na hakuzimia, 2017 akajaribu, lakini sasa leo ameweza kuepuka kuwa mshindi na ametupatia mioyo zaidi sisi watu ambao pia tuna hamu ya kuwa viongozi wa kesho.
Lakini tuna imani kupitia kwa Mheshimiwa Richard Itambo kwamba sisi kama wamama atatutambua na tutakuwa mstari wa mbele, na tunaamini kwamba kwa Mungu yote yanawezekana.
Iliyobakia sasa hivi ni kufanyia watu kazi. Manake kwa sababu nafasi hiyo nimetamani kwa muda mrefu, lazima sasa tuhakikisha kwamba tumejipanga, tumefanyia wananchi wetu kazi.
Uhotani wa Richard Itambo uronania omuikia wa kura efata thiini wa gucagura mutongoria handu-ini ha Inooro TV de wodi ya Kinango guku county ya Kwale. Njitagwo Lawrence Ng'ang'a wa Mwangi.
Atongoria aria marahotanire iturwa itiganite kaunti-ini ya Isiolo ni moretio makongwire matekunyururia aria marahotirwo. Uhoro uyu heanitwo ni gikundi kiria kirombetwo niguo gutangikira riboti cia ngwe hindi ya githurano kaunti-ini ino kiria kiratongoragio ni ruhonge rwa ugitiri.
Meharĩrĩria-inĩ ma gĩthurano kaunti-inĩ ya Isiolo, rũhonge rwa ũgitĩri rwanyitanĩire na atongoria a ndini, ikundi cia gũtetera ihoto cia andũ, ũndũ ũmwe na ikundi cia thayũ, kwambĩrĩria ceceni ya kwamũkĩra na gũtangĩkĩra riboti cia ũhagũku wa ũgitĩri. Gĩkundi gĩkĩ nĩ kĩheanĩte riboti ya maũndũ marĩa kĩahotire gũtangĩkĩra hĩndĩ ya gĩthurano, ona gũtuĩka na njĩra nene kiugĩte kaunti ĩno ĩrarĩ na thayũ.
Tangu upigaji kura ulipoanza hapa Isiolo ni matukio yaliweza kutokea. Kama hizo ripoti ziliweza kupokelewa na kituo chetu, na pia kama hiyo habari ilipokelewa, iliweza kushughulikiwa kwa njia gani.
Taarifa ambazo tumezipokea kutoka jimbo lizima la Isiolo ni kwamba 99% mambo ilikuwa mzuri, 1% zile matatizo ambayo iliweza kutokea ilishughulikiwa haraka sana.
Dalili za mizozo ambayo iliweza kutokea iliweza kushuhudiwa, na hiyo ndio ilikuwa essence kubwa ya hii center, na tunafurahia kwamba imeweza kutimia.
No na kuri na thayo atongoria aria mahotanire iturwa-inĩ itiganĩte kaunti-inĩ ĩno nĩ moretio makũngũĩre mategũcogotha aria mahotirwo, ũndũ ũmwe na arũmĩrĩri ao kuoni agĩkundi taino.
Manake tunataka kujenga ile utaratibu wa wananchi kuweza kutoa habari kwa maafisa wetu wa usalama. Tungetaka kuimarisha huo uhusiano, manake vile mnajua ni kwamba utoaji wa habari ni kigezo muhimu sana ambacho kinasaidia pakubwa sana katika harakati ya kukabiliana na uhalifu.
Tunajua kwamba tunakuwa na mizozo ya hapa na pale, na kwa sababu sasa hii namba yetu ya toll free imeweza kujulikana katika pembe zote za Isiolo, itatusaidia sana.
Tunataka kutoa wito kwa wananchi wetu na kuwashukuru kwa ushirikiano ambao wametupatia kwa kutupatia taarifa katika jimbo nzima na vituo tofauti.
Gikundi gĩkĩ oho nĩ kĩranyitanĩire na rũhonge rwa mũtharaba mũtune rũrĩa rũraheanĩte ngari cia gũkuua arwaru arĩa meheirwo hĩndĩ ya gĩthurano kana arĩa mangĩragurarire kũngĩratũmũkire ngũĩ. Handũ-inĩ ha Inooro TV, njĩtagwo Gathoni wa Njihia.
Orege ithurano cia iturwa cia gavana kaunti-inĩ cia Mombasa na Kakamega nĩ itĩrĩtio. Kũrũmĩrĩra gũtĩrio kũu, ahũranĩri amwe a iturwa icio nĩ mambĩrĩirie gũteta makiuga nĩ kũrahĩngĩca mĩhang'o ya motungata thirikari-inĩ cia kaunti. Komishoni ya ithurano na mĩhaka ĩtĩrĩtie ithurano cia kaunti igĩrĩ ciugo-inĩ cia ũmbunge 4 cia wodi igĩrĩ. Mũikarĩri gĩtĩ wa komishoni ĩyo akiuga nĩ kũrũmĩrĩra ũgwati ũrĩa ũng'etheire maabithaa arĩa marũgamĩrĩire IBC matũũra-inĩ macio. Wanjikũ wa Kĩmani aratarĩria.
Hĩndĩ ya gĩthurano kĩnene gĩa tarĩki 9, ithurano cia ũgavana kaunti-inĩ cia Mombasa na Kakamega itiathaganirio nĩ ũndũ wa maratathi ma wĩikia wa kura kwa gũtwarana na marĩtwa ma ahũranĩri. na gukiri uguo komishoni ya IEBC riu ningi nitiretie ithurano icio iria irare itafanio muthenya wa keri kiumia giukite. Ikinya ria IEBC niritumurite maruru kuma kuri ahuraniri amwe ta Abdul Swamad Nasir uria urahitaitanira giturwa kia gavana wa Mombasa na tigiti wa kiama kia ODM.
Do we have any natural calamity that has happened in Mombasa? Do we have any breach that has actually gone to show that there's been a malpractice? The law is actually very, very clear as well. Sheria iko wazi. Hawezi tu kuinuka na kuamua kwa leo tunapiga kura kisha ni vipi wenzetu wanajua mapema zaidi ya kwa kura zitakuwa zinabadilishwa.
Swamad aroiga gutiraterio gwa ithurano gikiro-ini gia kaunti kwa ya kugucia uheani wa motungata au ndomwe na urehi wa mishahara kuri aruti wira a kaunti.
The people of Mombasa deserve representation. Ni haki yao kuweza kupata. My friend, you know what's going to happen now? We're going to have limited services at the county government. Serikali ya county itakuwa sasa hivi haiwezi kuhudumikia watu. Wale wafanyakazi watalipwa mishahara kivipi? Watu watapata huduma vipi katika hospitali?
Hamwe na kungi gwatiririo ithurano na icigo inya cia ubunge iria ni hamwe na Kitui ya gatagati, Kacheliba gicigo kia ubunge kia West Pokot na kia Rongai kaunti-ini ya Naikuru. Muikariri giti wa commission ya IEBC Wafula Chebukati oigite ithurano icio itiretio ringi kurumirira mahahura maria maabitha ake makoretwo makiamukira undu uria uraiga mioyo yao ugwati-ini.
Ile ya kwanza mbeleni wenzetu walikuwa katika mstari wa mbele ya kuwa tunajua kura itabadilishwa baada ya wiki mbili kabla hata OCO hajatoa amri hiyo. Hii nyingine wanainuka na kuanza kuamua tu, no consultation, nothing. Nyinyi mnawachukulia vipi watu wa Mombasa na watu wa Kakamega? And we're going to demand, because there are only 3 instances where an election can be postponed. One, in the event that there's a serious breach of security. Let me ask you, have we had any incidences of violence in Mombasa? Nothing. None of those people, none of those staff members have even said that their lives are being threatened or anything at all.
Onacio wodi igire iria ni cia Nyaki West mwena wa Imenti kaunti-ini ya Meru na ya gicagi kia Jega mwena wa Embakasi kaunti-ini ya Nairobi ni ciatiririo. Ngiribotera Inoro TV, Jetao Wajiko.
Arimi a matura matiganite gicigo-ini kia Mount Elgon ni mamukirite mathomo ma urimi makiria megie kuhuthira fataraitha itarathukia tiri. Mathomo maya matafanitio ni gikundi kia GPC kiria oho kirenderia arimi aria meyandikithitie na thothaiti fataraitha na thogora wa thi.
Gikundi giki kia arimi kuma matura matiganite gicigo-ini kia Mount Elgon kigomanite haha kwamukira mathomo megie kugitira tiri wao makiria ihinda-ini riri aingi ao marorete migunda-ini kuhanda. Arimi aya mathomete maundu matiganite megie kuongerera magetha mao na njira ya guthurima wega fataraitha na dawa iria marahuthira hindi ya mahanda niguo itikanine hinya wa tiri thutha wacio kuhuthika ihinda iraya.
Mount Elgon ndio mchanga iko mzuri, sehemu zingine mchanga imerudi chini. Kwa hivyo tukitumia sehemu kama hii ambapo mchanga ni mzuri safi itakuwa vizuri sana na serikali haitaumia, wananchi wetu hawatalia unga mara kwa mara.
Ni msimu ya kupanda mboga, maragwe, sasa tunafuraha sana. Tuliitwa kwamba kuna mafundisho ya kukusa kahawa na organic fertilizer na tumeshuhudia, so tunafuraha sana
sana because of kulikuwa na tension kidogo juu ya hizi election, watu wengi wajapanda, food insecurity imekuepo, and this is a way to uplift our watu warudi waanze kupanda.
Gikundi kia GPC nikio kiratafania mathomo maya kuri arimi aria meyandikithitie na thothaiti cia arimi na oho makagia na mweke wa kwenderio fataraitha na thogora wa thi.
Mbolea ile kubwa tulikuwa tunanunua kwa bei ya 7,000, lakini kwa saizi tumefurahi ni kwa sababu ya hii mbolea. Juu tutapandia maragwe, viazi na pia kahawa.
Na nina shauri wakulima ya kwamba watumie non-chemical because haiharibu shamba, haiharibu mbolea ya shamba, rutuba yake itakuwa constant.
The only place unaweza pata hizi mbolea ni kwa hizi society. Unaweza ona society saa hizi zile zote zimebrandiwa GPC, Saa hizi tuna brand around 170 society all over Kenya, so hizo zote.
Arimi aya marehoka kugacirithia urimi wao na kuongerera magetha, kuona urimi niguo makoragwo mehokete kuhingia mabataro mao.
Tunaona ya kwamba tutakuwa na mazao bora, ni kwa sababu ya hii mbolea, ni kwa sababu tumeanza kuelimishwa na hao walimu wetu ya kwamba ni mbolea mzuri.
Inaweza kaa kwa shamba zaidi ya miezi 6. So nikaona ya kwamba ni mbolea ambayo inaweza saidia mimea yetu kukua kwa nafasi nzuri.
Handũ-inĩ ha Inooro TV, njĩtagwo Gathoni Wanjihia.
Building the containers was by chance. This was more of a DIY. So I worked with local fundis. In fact, the main person here was the welder. The main challenge was space, putting the space to be functional. I wanted this thing to be high quality, high end. So I can say the finish is expensive. I can't give an estimate, but I know it's a lot.
To watch this story and more, download the Citizen Digital app today.
Kenya's #1 app, Citizen Digital.
Oh yes, ithuĩ Top Care nĩ tũrakwĩra asanti sana nĩ gũtwarana na ithuĩ thabarĩ-inĩ ĩno ya ũigithia, na rĩu no tũrakũririkania atĩ twĩna mũgũnda Juja, na nĩguo Juja Paradise Phase 31 ũrĩa tũrendia 695,000, na kuo Joska twĩna Shujaa Gardens ũrĩa tũrendia 595,000 only, na mĩgũnda ĩno yerĩ warĩha 100,000 ũgetĩkĩrio gwaka hau icio ingĩ tũkarĩkanĩra. Naguo mũgũnda wa Matu tũrendia 195,000. Mĩgũnda ĩno yothe nĩ mĩirige wega, ina gate, mae na thitima.
Ofisi cito ciĩ town kana Roiro, tuhũrĩre thimũ namba 0708 000 999. Top Care nĩ mũciĩ waku mwehokeku wa ũhigithia.
Niĩ ndĩ mũndũ wa biacara, we na weria nĩwe mũgũri wakwa. Na wĩikare ũkĩmenyaga ndĩna video ĩronania wega ũrĩa watũmire arata aku makorwo makĩhe wĩra. Nĩhoka nĩ ũramenya ũrĩa watũmanire.
Ũrenda kuga mwana wakwa egũikara njera thikũ ingĩ igĩrĩ?
Niĩ hatirĩ ũndũ ingĩhota gwĩka tondũ thaa ici twĩ wikendi.
Atĩ nĩkĩo ũrauga?
Nĩ tũrabatara kũhonokia Brachi. Hihi wĩna rĩciria rĩa kũmũhonokia? Niĩ no nginya njĩke ũndũ.
Wĩharĩirie kwĩra thoguo? Ũmenya ndonanie CCTV footage yakwa nyũmba. Afọ anyu nĩ agũkorwo akĩmenya. Ũguo nĩguo ũrenda?
The Great Oasis Nanyuki. Mũgũnda ũyũ mũraũgũrire nayo na nĩtũracokeria Mwathani ngatho tondũ rĩu title nĩ ciumĩte. Nĩ tũthondekete mabara maya mothe tũgekĩra maramu, tũgekĩra marking fence nĩgetha nawe ũkĩgĩre kĩndũ mũciĩ wa Nanyuki.
Na oregi nĩ twacokereria tũgĩthiĩ na mbere nĩ atĩ mĩhang'o ya o mũthenya taũni-inĩ ya Kisii rĩu nĩ cokereirie o ta mũtugo thutha wa bũrũri gũtirĩ ha ihinda rĩa gĩthurano kĩnene. Ahũri biacara taũni-inĩ no marathiĩ o na mbere na kũhinyĩrĩria mũingĩ gũthingatithia thayũ nĩguo kũhe kanya biacara ĩthiĩ o na mbere na ona mũingĩ ũhote gũkinyanĩria mĩhang'o yao ya o mũthenya.
Sisi wacha tuwe watulivu na tuwache mambo ya kuserekea ati wewe ulikuwa Yuda ama ulikuwa Simio. Kwa maana sisi kama Wakisii tunapenda kazi mingi. Mimi na si vijana wadogo wasijaribu kuruhusiana maneno ili walete mambo ya utatanishi.
We are not envious about Ruto. We are not envious about Raila. Hao wote ni Wakenya, sisi wote ni Wakenya, and then what we want to embrace ni tudumishe amani. Lakini tunataka amani idumishwe kutoka kwa IEBC yenyewe kwa sababu whatever they do they must come together, agree, so when they come to Kenyans Sasa hapo ndio tutajua yenyewe ilikuwa hatuna shida. But mostly what we want to embrace is peace. Tusipigane.
Maafitha a ũgima wa mwĩrĩ nĩ mambĩkĩte mũtaratara wa ũheani wa njanjo ya polio kaunti-inĩ ya Garissa o hamwe na matũũra marĩa marigicĩirie kaunti ĩno. Mũbango ũyũ ũrongoreirio ciana iria citarĩ ciamũkĩra njanjo nĩ ũndũ wa itũmi itiganĩte, imwe ciacio irĩ mawĩtĩkio ngũrani ma ũndũire na ndini.
Makiaria hindi ya kurugoria mubango uyu, maafitha a ũgima wa mwĩrĩ maugĩte nĩ harĩ bata wa aikari othe a Garissa gũtwara ciana ciao ciamũkĩre njanjo ĩno nĩguo kũgirĩrĩria mĩrimũ ĩrĩa yumanaga na virus ya polio, ĩmwe yayo arĩ wonje.
And we are changing that aspect of social and that cultural barrier whereby they tend not to know about immunization. We'll be able to change their behavior towards it.
This project is targeting 0 doses along the cross-border sub-counties. So we will be doing outreaches and community engagement to reach each and every child so that they will get the immunization services.
Oho nĩ mongereire atĩ mathĩna ta ma kwaga ceceni cia gũthecanĩra njanjo hamwe na wagi wa mathomo makinyanĩru megiĩ mũrimũ wa polio nĩmo macũngĩrĩire ciana nyingĩ kwaga gũthecwo.
The social cultural norms, the insecurity in those areas. Also, the facilities are low in those areas. There are very few facilities which are in those areas. So, through this project, we will be doing outreaches in reaching those hard-to-reach areas which have no access to those facilities.
We want the community to be engaged, to know more about immunization, so that they should accept immunization as it is, as it being part of, they should take their kids to the facility so that they can be immunized.
Mũbango ũyũ nĩ gũteithĩrĩria gwethana ciana iria citamũkĩrĩte njanjo sub-county-inĩ iria cirigicĩirie mũhaka wa Kenya na Somali, kuona nĩ cikoretwo cigũmĩirwo nĩ mũrimũ ũyũ na gĩkĩro kĩnene.
This organization is going to help us in tracking those children. They will also be based on 14 facilities. 4 facilities in Dadaab sub-county, 5 facilities in Fafi, and 5 facilities in Hulu.
Ngĩribotera Inooro TV, njĩtagwo Mũgai wa Mwaura.
Na ngagucokeria ngatho muno ni undu wa gutihokera mathaa maku na kwirorera mohoro ma Inooro TV. Hau niho tugutirihira mohoro maitu ma Inooro miaraho. Cemanie wona ciehanda thaa 10 thiini wa matamo maitu ma muthenya wa umuthi. Ni njitagwo Njambi wa Njau.
Collect fare kwa boda au matatu ukitumia ViewPay cashless na uqualify for bima ya 100,000 shillings pamoja na medical cover ya 20k na permanent disability cover ya 100k kwa 5 bob pekee. Dial *236# today to start using ViewPay cashless.
Homoka Investments wakinya homoka homoka turendia buroti matuna 200,000 kiganjo ne 400,000 golifa ne 250 na Thika town ne kuma 800,000 deposit pesha nuthu ya muigana uria ufatie kuriha balance urihe na installment ya mieri 3 nginya 6 site visit ne Jumatatu nginya Juma tusherere Thika town wetaithia building 4th floor room 402 kana hore thimo 0790 198 125.